you thrill at the thought of battling a zombie horde while commanding an army of haunted toys? Are you a fan of Magic the Gathering? If you answer yes to all of these questions, you might want to join us for... Hello all, this is Al Finch here with a playthrough. Today I am going to be using a Duskmourn limited sealed deck against a Zombie Horde deck. I'm going to be playing solo. I'm going to be using the customized Horde rules that I developed and detailed in a prior video. I have already set the board. We have the Horde deck represented here at the top. It is set at 70 cards, which is normal for my rule set for a single survivor. I also have 30 life. I anticipate this to be a bit of a struggle for the limited deck. In prior years, limited decks really needed partners to work with to overcome the Horde. However, in recent times, I've seen that card pools have become more powerful and limited. We'll see if this is enough to overcome the Horde today. I have gone ahead and already drawn my 7 cards and made sure I had at least a couple of lands in here. It's not a perfect start, but we'll see how it goes. The Horde is going to wait 3 turns before commencing its attack. My goal today is to run the Horde out of cards and eliminate all of the zombies from the table. And of course, the goal of the Horde is to reduce my life total to 0, causing me to lose. If there are additional rules that pop up, things that are a little bit different for the Horde, I'll explain them as we go. I hope you enjoy this and leave some comments on how you think it went. All right, first things first, I'm going to take a look at my hand here. I have a couple of mountains, which, you know, would be okay if I had anything that involved red mana right now. But I do have a plane cycling card in the form of Shepherding Spirit, so my goal is to play out these mountains, hopefully draw into a plains or go search for a plains here. All right, first turn complete. Turn 2. All right, Arabella, the Abandoned Doll is what I've drawn. I'm going to play my second mountain and do that plane cycling as I said that I would. All right, third turn. It's gone by so quickly. I am going to untap, draw. Oh, look, there's my other planes. And there we have 3. All right. I think it's going to be in my best interest here to get the Living Phone out and then double cast on the next turn. So we'll place the Living Phone out. This is a 2/1. It's going to serve as a blocker, hopefully take out a zombie when it attacks me on this next turn. And that is everything that I can do. So the Horde gets to take its first turn. With the Horde, what you'll need to do is flip cards until you get to a non-token card. So we'll see what happens here. All right, so pretty quick. The zombie comes out to play as a 2/2, and we get a Lightning Reaver. The Lightning Reaver is a 3/3 creature with fear and haste, meaning can't block it, unfortunately. And it says whenever Lightning Reaver deals combat damage to a player, put a charge counter on it. At the end of your turn, Lightning Reaver deals damage equal to the number of charge counters on it to each opponent. All right, so I am going to have both of these attack. So all creatures in the zombie deck have haste. When they attack, the Lightning Reaver is going to deal combat damage to me and get a charge counter. I'm going to take 3, putting me to 27. The zombie is not going to get through. I'm going to block it with the living phone. Living phone, when it dies, lets me look at the top 5 cards of my library and reveal a creature card, power 2 or less, from among them and put it in my hand, and the rest get in the bottom of my library in a random order. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, I don't think I'm going to be ready to play that Lionheart Glimmer, so I'm going to take a Hardened Escort into my hand, place the others on the bottom of the deck, random order. That zombie goes away. That goes in my hand. Now 'tis my turn. Alright. I'll draw a card. I'll put out that plains. Goodbye, roll set. We'll set you off over there. And I think my best course of action is to get the Hardened Escort out at this point and play an Unwanted Remake on that Lightning Reaver. Alright. Can't really do anything more efficient than that. My Hardened Escort, that'll be a good blocker against a basic zombie. And I, could hold off on the Unwanted Remake, but really there's no point in trying to surprise the Horde. And frankly, I don't think anything could be worse than that Lightning Reaver. I might be wrong, but I'm going to go ahead and play it. I'm going to destroy the Lightning Reaver so it doesn't get another chance to attack. And it's going to manifest Dread. So I believe that lets me look at the top couple cards, pick one to put face down as almost like a morph style creature. It's not going to make much of a difference here. I believe one of them goes to the graveyard, which, hey, works for me. Melts down that deck a little bit more. And we get the 2/2 that's not really a zombie. It's just a face-down creature. Alright. Horde Deck's turn. There's a flyer 2/2. Alright, an enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, we put X 2/2 black zombie creature tokens onto the battlefield, where X is half the number of zombies you control rounded down. I'll be putting out some extra zombies until I can get rid of it. Alright, fingers crossed I can get rid of it. Alright, the ground zombie is going to run into my Hardened Escort, so that's going to go away. The flyer, I can't block. I'm going to have to take 2. Down to, let's see, 25. Okay, and that's it for the Horde's turn. My turn. Card. Lay out a mountain. Got 5 mana to work with here. Alright. It's going to behoove me to keep getting some creatures out here. Alright. We're going to put out Arabella, the Abandoned Doll, and a Ragged Playmate. Now, normally this would be a great situation for me because this Ragged Playmate could combo well with Arabella. However, Arabella isn't ever going to be blocked by the Horde deck, so the Ragged Playmate's really just either a chump blocker or a straight-up attacker again. The Hardened Escort is going to attack because I think it behooves me to be aggressive. I've got plenty of life still, so I'll deal 2. 1, 2. And yeah, we'll remove 2 cards from the zombie deck. And we go to the Horde's turn. Alright, so upkeep, we're going to put 2 2/2 black zombie creature tokens onto the battlefield where X is half the number of zombies they control rounded down. Well, fortunately, half of 1 rounded down 0, so I'm not getting any extra zombies yet off the ranks of the dead. I am fine with that. Alright, let's see what it does produce. A Plague Boiler. That's going to clear the board here in a few turns, unless I can get rid of it. I'm not going to explain this thing until it matters. So basically, it's something that destroys all non-land permanents in a matter of 3 turns if I don't remove it. Okay. This zombie is going to attack. I have no way of blocking it right now. So I'm going to go down 2 more to 23. Alright, my turn. I will untap. And draw my card. Alright. Interesting hand here. Alright, I'm going to play Sheltered by Ghosts on Arabella, the Abandoned Doll. That is going to give it +1/+0, lifelink, and ward 2. The ward isn't really going to matter much in this game, but the lifelink is real nice. That might keep me alive, especially against unblockable threats. And it says, when it enters, exile a non-land permanent an opponent controls until Sheltered by Ghosts leaves the battlefield. I want to get rid of this Plague Boiler because if it goes off, it wipes the board. Maybe I'll want the Plague Boiler to come back at a different time, but I want to control when that happens. Alright, what else can I do here? I think I can get the Acrobatic Cheerleader out. Alright, and I am going to attack with all 3 of my creatures. So when the Hardened Escort attacks, another target creature I control gets +1/+0 and gets indestructible till end of turn. I'm going to do that to Arabella. So she's a... do I want to do that to her? Yeah, I do, even though... Yeah, I do. So it's going to be a 3/3 when it attacks. When Arabella, the Abandoned Doll, attacks, it deals X damage to each opponent and gain X life, where X is the number of creatures I control of power 2 or less. So, when that one attacks, I've got 1, 2, 3 creatures. So it's going to deal 3 damage to an opponent, and I gain 3 life. 1, 2, 3 off the Horde. I gain 3 life from that effect. So I'm at 26. Then Arabella herself has lifelink. Okay. So that's going to also gain me another 3 off of the damage dealt from its activation. 1, 2, 3. All right. We're still declaring and getting attackers to go. That Ragged Playmate also is going to swing in. So now we can tally up the actual damage dealt from when these hit the Horde. So that's 2, That is plus 3 more, 5, plus 2 more, 7. So 7 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. On top of that, we get the traditional lifelink trigger off of Arabella. So 3 more life. All right, 1, 2, 3, putting me at 32. As long as I can keep those board wipes from taking me out, and I've got a couple of creatures that are a little bit bigger than what the typical board wipe's going to be, I think I'm going to be all right this game. All right, it's going to be the Horde's turn. All right, so untap over there. The upkeep, still half of 1 zombie, rounded down is still 0, so no extra zombies off the Endless Ranks of the Dead. As long as I can keep that clear, we're in good shape. We have the token, smallpox. Okay. Each player loses 1 life, discards a card, sacrifices a creature, and sacks a land. Not great. I guess I have to discard my saw, which is a shame because I was looking forward to all that extra damage it was going to do. I'm going to lose a life down to 31. Sack a creature. I think that the Ragged Playmate is actually going to be less useful than the Acrobatic Cheerleader, because the Acrobatic Cheerleader can gain flying later, and it might let me block that Zombie Vulture. All right, sacks a land. All right, goodbye, mountain. All right, could have been worse. All right, 2 zombies swing in. I'm going to take this because I want that Zombie Cheerleader to take out the Zombie Vulture later. So I'm taking 4 points of damage. 4 from 31 has got me down to 27. All right, my turn. Untap. Draw a card. Another Acrobatic Cheerleader. I see no reason not to be super aggressive here. I mean, sandbagging sometimes helps in case there's a board wipe, but I need to do this. All right, 1, 2, Zombie Cheerleader. Okay, the attacks are going to be much like the previous turn with the Hardened Escort, giving Arabella a +1. Arabella is going to do 3 damage when it attacks. No, yes, 3 damage because I have 1, 2, 3 creatures with power 2 or less. And the zombie, or not the zombie, Zombie Cheerleader would be cool though. The Acrobatic Cheerleader will attack as well. All right, so we'll resolve the Arabella triggers. It is going to do 3 damage off the top. 1, 2, 3. So a couple of zombies and a Siphon Flesh. That gets me 3 life. 1, 2, 3, up to 30 again. Now we do attack damage in earnest. So 2 plus 3 plus 2, that's another 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Got some stuff off of there. That Forsaken Waste keeping me from gaining life would have been bad. I'm glad it's going to go to the graveyard. Wave of Terror sitting out would not be great either. Yeah, and the Desolation would have really hurt my planes. So yeah, I'm glad that I was aggressive there. All right, I get 3 additional life off of Arabella's lifelink. Oh, yeah, 1, 2, 3. Plus, I forgot 3 life from the actual life link from her damage. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, gaining 9 life a turn off of that particular little combo is great. That cheerleader at the beginning of your second main phase. If acrobatic cheerleader is tapped, put a flying counter on it. Alright, this ability only triggers once. Well, there's my flying counter for the acrobatic cheerleader. We're gonna be blocking us a zombie vulture, I think, later, unless something worse in the air comes up. Alright, it is the Horde's turn. And unfortunately, Endless Ranks of the Dead is going to give it an additional zombie because half of 2 zombies is 1 zombie. So I'm just going to steal a 2/2 out of the graveyard and put that guy into play. I'll push this way because I'm expecting to get smacked pretty hard. All right. Zombies, your turn to roll. Oof, okay. Oh, Call to the Grave. This is going to make the game interesting. Alright, Call to the Grave is an enchantment that says at the beginning of each player's upkeep, the player sacrifices a non-zombie creature. Then at the end of turn, if no creatures are in play, we sacrifice Call to the Grave. So it's going to start eating my creatures. Tisk. Alright, this guy is unmarked, so I am going to roll a 6-sided die to see how big he is. Naturally, I roll a 6 to make him as bad as possible for me. And we attack. I was considering blocking that vulture. I can't block that vulture because my flyer isn't. I take this to the face. 2, 4, 2, 4, 6, plus another 6 is 12. And I'm going to be gaining a lot of that back if all goes well. Alright. Oh, I'm going to take it. I'm not sure this is a good idea. Alright. Down to 24. Alright, my turn. I hope I can get rid of an enchantment over there. But it's the upkeep. I'm going to have to sacrifice a zombie or non-zombie creature. Goodbye, non-flying cheerleader. Alright, draw a card. Mountain. Really don't need the land. I think I'm going to keep being aggressive here and hope for the best. So, as before, we'll attack. My attack trigger is not quite as awesome because I only have two 2/2 creatures now. So I'm going to take 2 off the top. 1, 2, and gain 4 life because of the lifelink triggering off of the ability and the damage in the actual ability again. So up to 28. Alright, then getting through, we have still the same amount of damage, at least in that. We have 7 damage coming through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright. And then gaining 3 more life off of Arabella. 1, 2, 3, up to 31. Alright. Zombies. Ooh. It's gonna get a bunch off the endless ranks here. I've got 4 out, so it's gonna get 2 more 2/2s. and we do the typical flip. This is where the zombie horde starts to snowball, and if I don't either take out stuff soon, I don't think I've got any board wipes to speak of, I'm gonna get quickly overwhelmed, even with my awesome little combo out here. All right, let's see what we've got. Everlasting Torment. Ooh, that might put the nail in the coffin of my deck. Players can't gain life. Damage can't be prevented, and all damage is done as though the source had wither. Okay, all right. Let's see how this goes. I'm gonna take all this to the face. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 16 damage. All right, down to 15. I foresee a swift end coming my way. This truly is showcasing the horrors of the Horde. All right. My turn, I've got to sacrifice somebody. I don't know that I can last 3 more turns. But putting that plague boiler out could be the key to salvation. See, the nice thing about the Horde, because it's mindless, and things just happen, you can sometimes turn its cards against itself. All right, so I am going to sacrifice Arabella, as nice as she was, and lose that sheltered by ghosts. That means the plague boiler is going to come back into play on the side of the Horde. If I can survive somehow the next couple of turns, I might be able to wipe the board using the plague boiler as a positive effect. I am gonna hold back my creatures as blockers. I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it though, unless something fun happens. All right, I might get surprised. I need to draw, however. Ooh, Enduring Courage. This might help a little bit. All right. At least it's another blocker. Whenever another creature you control enters, it gets +2/+0 and gains haste till end of turn. When Enduring Courage dies, if it were a creature, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. It's an enchantment, not a creature. All right. Again, I don't think I want to attack the Horde. I want to have blockers, so I'm going to just let him be a good boy and guard me. All right. Untap all these nasties. I am hoping that the Horde shoots itself in the foot and gives itself a bit of a board wipe. We'll see if that's the case. If it's a small board wipe, at least a couple of my creatures should survive. We'll see how this goes. I guess I need to resolve the endless ranks of the dead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 divided by 2, 3. We get 3 more zombies. 1, 2, and 3. Not looking good. All right. And then we flip. Fingers crossed it hurts itself somehow. Oh, Betrayer of the Living. All right. His effects don't really matter too much. We'll explain them when they matter. Another zombie. Oh, I think I am done for. The Malfield Twins is just a big chunk of a zombie. It is not a board wipe. All right, let's see what the collective damage is here. I have 15. Let's take a look at all of our 2/2s first. Oof, it is truly a horde. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, 9 2/2s swinging in. So that is 18 damage. That alone will be enough to take me out. Plus another 4, 5, that's 24, plus 6, 30 damage. More than double my life total. I don't think that I can block enough to matter. Oh, Plague Boiler, you ticked up by 1. Not good enough. All right, unfortunately, that concludes my game. I have been reduced to 0 by the Zombie Horde. I hopefully will be able to play against it, maybe with the help of a friend in the near future. We'll see if having a couple of survivors instead of a lone survivor in the game using some limited decks might make better progress. In terms of the amount of damage that I did, remember I started out with 70 in the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. We made it more than halfway through. If I had the help of another person, we might have been able to wipe that thing out before things got too overwhelming. All right, well, I hope you all enjoyed this demonstration of the power of the Zombie Horde. Look forward to demonstrating more custom ideas for Magic in videos in the future. Ta-ta for now.